we certainly have reached a point which would be consistent with a soft landing, which is, decent GDP growth, no deterioration in unemployment, and inflation back to the Fed's target. The question is not, do we have a print or a couple of prints that meet the soft landing? The question is, do we stay there for, 6 months or a year? And when you're trading markets, that's really what you care about. You don't really care about, did we put in a few prints that look that way? And that's where I'm a little more skeptical. Now, I think my skepticism is placed in a slightly different place than it is than that of Last Bear, who is a smart guy. You should definitely follow and read his stuff for sure. I think I'm more concerned about the inflationary acceleration occurring, and particularly around, the composition. If we get down to the composition of how we've achieved inflation close to the Fed's mandate, what we've done is we've had really weak, particularly goods prices, and falling, the direct and indirect effects of falling oil prices and gas prices really help get us to the point where we're getting that 2% print, and we still have elevated services prices that probably won't get us resolved as quickly, either housing or non-housing, as people expect, given wage inflation, and also given the aggregate tenant renewal rate that's going on, rather than the new tenant renewal rates. And so I put that together and I say, looks like we could have more services inflation for longer than people expect, and the odds that we'll continue to see meaningfully negative goods price inflation like we've seen would require continuation of price falls at the same pace that they have been at. I'm not sure we can necessarily predict that in the future. We've seen gas prices stabilizing here, or a small uptick. There's reasons to believe that the geopolitical issues will flow through to rising goods prices on a long lag, but by the end of the year. And so I look at that combination of things combined with an economy that's doing pretty well. And I think we could easily start to see, a bit of a takeoff again in inflation, not in 2 months or 3 months, but by the end of the year. And that would be inconsistent with having actually achieved the soft landing in a durable way rather than in a short-term way.